Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So I'm going to show you here how Michael Jackson told you the truth. He put the clues within his songs and he linked the songs up to each other and he exposed what the truth was, but he hid it within the layering of this other, his real life experience of being in the Jackson 5 and having older brothers, and then of course they've got groupies coming on to him, right? But the reality is that Michael Jackson is conceived by Diana Ross when she's 14 years old, at the time where she's like being the groupie towards Smokey Robinson. And you know, the Berry Gordy's there, the Motown starting to build. Okay, but it's Diana Ross is the young groupie, the original groupie, that she got pregnant by Smokey Robinson, because this kind of same situation of what Michael Jackson talks about, like these Billie Jean groupies, okay? But when he's actually explaining the song and exposing the truth story of what happened to him in his life, okay, well, you have to understand that Michael couldn't tell the public. When Diana Ross tells Michael Jackson that she's his real mother, when Michael Jackson's about 10, 11 years old, Jackson's signed to Motown, they moved to Los Angeles, and then they're living in Diana Ross's house. Why are they ever living in Diana Ross's house? There's no reason for that. The Jacksons have, Michael's got a mom, Michael's got a father, Michael's got a big family with all these kids. There's no reason for them to be living in Diana Ross's house. And when you see the relationship that's taking place between Michael and Diana, it's obviously that Diana is infatuated with Michael and she's excluding him away from the family. She's not like being like motherly to all the kids. She's not taking all of the kids out and giving them experience. She's not doing that. It's specifically Michael. He's the one. And so that's when you know that that's the time that Diana would have informed Michael that she was his real mother. Because remember, she's been carrying this burden when she got pregnant. Then she abandons her baby, right? Then she becomes a big star. All that time while she's becoming a big star, she's having to live in the reality of like, where's my kid? What's my kid doing? That's like, this is the real world. So at the time then, when Michael comes back and signs to Motown, I mean, think about the joy in Diana Ross when she knows that she had a kid with Smokey Robinson, and her and Smokey are big stars. So she's like, man, look at the one child of what we spawned, you know? And that all that time she's wondering, where's my kid? Where's that kid? The kid I gave up, you know? What's he doing? What's happening to him and stuff, right? And then the kid comes back to Motown on his own because Joe brings him back. It's an incredible story, right? You got to imagine, just think about the reality of that story. Think of the joy when Diana Ross saw Michael Jackson doing his little James Brown dance and stuff, right? Dancing like James Brown, singing, just incredible. Think of the joy of what Diana Ross would have experienced when she saw this kid. And then that's her kid, and the kid had come back to her, right? Okay, so then the Jacksons signed to Motown, and then they moved to LA, and then they're living in Diana Ross's house. So you have to understand that Diana Ross informed Michael Jackson at that time. That's the time that she told him that she was his real mother. She explained everything about what's going on. But Michael is part of the Jackson 5 now. That's what she says, I'm the one, but the kid is not my son. She tells Michael he's the one, love child of her and Smokey Robinson. But he's got to remain a Jackson, so he's not her child because he's actually a Jackson now, you know? That's what the song Billie Jean's actually about. But now, could Michael Jackson ever tell you? He couldn't tell you because he's a Jackson. He can't tell you, oh yeah, you know, by the way, that Billie Jean song, yeah, Diana Ross is my mom. By the way, you people didn't actually know that, you know. It's like, come on. He couldn't just come out and tell you. I mean, the Jacksons an American Dream. It's the Jackson 5 from Gary, Indiana. That's the whole story of what they sold you, right? So Michael could not come out and just say, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, you know, Billie Jean, that's about Diana Ross, about her being my mom and telling me when I was 10 years old that she's my real mother and shit. Oh yeah, I know you guys didn't know that, but that's what it's actually about. Come on, he couldn't tell you that, right? But think about Michael Jackson's real life experience, thinking that he has achieved a great achievement with his brothers and made it to Motown as a family unit. He's thinking he's done something great. Then when he gets there and meets Diana Ross and he's living with her, then she takes that away and she tells him that's not what it is, right? So Michael's carrying this burden. So Michael's having to live with this, right? So, and then Michael's an artist. So the only way of what Michael can do to express his inner feelings and to document the life experience of what he's done is to create art. He's an artist. And so he created the song Billie Jean. This is what Michael, and it's one of the things I tell the fans, it's like, you don't understand Michael's an artist. You don't appreciate that he's an artist. And it's like, listen to the way that I'm setting up the situation. You can see it developing that way. And so Michael made Billie Jean to document. He's wanting to release that inner pain. He's wanting to tell the truth, but he can't tell the truth. This is what it's all about. So now I'm going to show you here of like the connections of how Michael was telling you in these songs. I'm going to show you the piece here from Billie Jean. I'm going to show you from Dirty Diana, and I'm going to show you a piece from Wanna Be Startin' Something. I'm going to show you within all these songs, he put it there. He put the truth out there. So right here, this is a part where he's talking about Billie Jean, okay? Michael Jackson. These words are from Michael Jackson explaining who Billie Jean is, okay? They would hang around... They would hang around backstage doors, and any band that would come to town, they would have a relationship with, okay? They would hang around backstage doors, and any band that came to town, okay? Okay, so now this is the lyrics for the song Dirty Diana. She knows when they come to town. Every musician's fan after the curtain comes down. She waits at backstage doors. Okay, so Michael Jackson was just explaining to you Billie Jean. Okay? He was explaining to you Billie Jean. In the words, she waits at backstage doors. And she knows when the musicians come to town. Okay, these are the exact words of what he put in the song Dirty Diana. Okay, so he has just, by doing this, what he did by doing that is he linked up the Billie Jean to the song Dirty Diana, where he has now named Diana. He's named the person Diana. He's put the name to it, Diana. It's Diana. He's put an actual name to this person that he's calling this Billie Jean with the same exact explanation of what the Billie Jean was, and then he put those words in this song. They're exact same words. She waits at backstage doors. She knows when they come to town. That's exactly what he just said in the explaining of the Billie Jean. Okay, but this is the lyrics of the song Dirty Diana. Okay, so now he has actually named the groupie as Diana. Then we go to Wanna Be Startin' Something. Okay, and he uses the name again, Billie Jean. You know, if this Billie Jean was such a nuisance to Michael Jackson, why is he giving her so much credibility and making such a big star of this Billie Jean? Why is he documenting this Billie Jean as such an important figure? In 2 different songs, he's named Billie Jean. But this is supposed to be some nuisance of a person that bugged his brothers and made false accusations. But Michael Jackson's gonna document this Billie Jean character in 2 songs? Okay, so Billie Jean is always talking when nobody else is talking, telling lies and rubbing shoulders, so they called her mouth a motor. Okay, so the first line is Billie Jean. The last line is her mouth a motor. Okay, so Diana Ross is a singer from Motown. It's Motown. That's the Mo in Motown is Motortown. It's Detroit. It's Detroit. Mo is the Motortown. If you people don't know what the Mo in Motown is, that's what the Mo is. It's Motortown. It's Detroit. That's where they built all the cars back in the days. That's where they all were built. Okay, so he just said Billie Jean, her mouth is a motor. Okay, now, isn't Diana Ross a motor mouth because she's a singing voice of Motown? Like, just think about it like that. Motown, okay, if you're a voice from Motown, well, her mouth, you can call her mouth a motor because she's a singer for Motown. That's what so he just linked Billie Jean to Motown. Well, who's he talking about? And then he linked in the other song, he links the Billie Jean to Dirty Diana. So Michael Jackson, just within these 3 songs there, he told you who Billie Jean was. He connected her to Dirty Diana, and he connected her to Motown. This is what Billie Jean is about. This is what Michael Jackson was doing in his stuff. He couldn't tell you that Diana Ross was his real mother, but he could create artwork and praying that hopefully someday somebody would understand his actual art and understand him. Like, that's what I want to say about, like, the song Childhood, you know? That's what he's talking about, you know? Try hard to love me, you know, the words of what childhood is. I've explained it before, but I want to explain it again. But this is what he's trying to express to you when in the song Childhood, where he's telling you to look within yourself, you know, and I'd have to go and read the words again and stuff, but that's what he's trying to tell you. He's trying to get somebody he's like begging people, like in the song Childhood, he's begging you, please look within yourself, look at the childhood I never had. There's stuff about like childhood too, when he's like saying childhood he never had, and it's like Michael Jackson's childhood is great. Think about your childhood, okay? Would you have rather had your childhood, or would you have rather had been performing as an artist? Like, Michael's got the inner artist in him. Okay, well, if you're an artist, you want to be out performing. And who cares if Joe is a strict father and whipping you? I got whipped when I was a kid. I got whipped with a belt. There was times when I was whipped with a belt and shit, right? Okay, but I didn't become a big star. I didn't get to grow up and be a big star and say, oh, well, look at where it got us and look at what we did with our big family achievement. Like, so once you would have made all those family achievements as a family, you would have looked back upon that stuff and just been like, oh, okay, well, I understand now. Because you would understand when you're an adult, you understand. You're a stupid kid. You're running around. You're doing stupid things. And Joe Jackson's had an important mission of what he was trying to accomplish. You would be like, oh, I understand. It was important, and it had to be done right, because if it wasn't done right, and if we didn't work hard, we never would have made it to Motown. That's the way Michael Jackson would have looked back upon his childhood. It would have been such a great experience and stuff, right? But he's like, look at my childhood, the childhood I never had, you know? And it's like, yeah, because he didn't have the child that he didn't know, that being the child of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson. That didn't exist. It never existed. He didn't have that childhood. That's what he's talking about, all this stuff. And he's documenting it within his songs. He's telling you the truth. But nobody cares about Michael Jackson. This is what I say about the fans. Okay, well, if you're a fan, you have to care about the actual person, Michael Jackson, and understand that he's an artist, that he's an actual human being with feelings, and you have to understand that within creating the art, he's drawn from the inspirations of the pain on his soul and his life experiences. That's what he did. And then when you actually look at the art and see what's documented in there, you can see him linking the Billie Jean to Dirty Diana to Want to Be Startin' Something. And Motown. Her mouth is a motor. It's a Motown mouth. It's Diana Ross. Clearly is what he's talking about. He's linked it in between all these songs. There's no way that I could make this up. I can't, it's like, that's the thing where people's like thinking I'm making stuff up and stuff. It's like, dude, I can't make this up. There's no reason for Billie Jean to be in another song. There's no reason for Michael Jackson to have ever made a song with the title Dirty Diana. When you look back upon the relationship of who Diana, because you're instantly going to think that it's Diana Ross, because people know that they had a big relationship. So Michael never ever would have made a song called Dirty Diana unless he's specifically naming Diana Ross. But but just by calling her Dirty Diana, some people, oh, well, the song rhymes. No, it's just these other people. It's this, it's that, People want to make excuses for everything and stuff. It's like, dude, just look at the blatant obvious of what it is that he's doing. He told you that the Billie Jeans, they wait at backstage doors. And they wait for the bands to come to town. And then that's the line in the Dirty Diana. It's like, okay, but Dirty Diana could have never been a groupie, but so if you go back and look at her life to where the reality, it's like, oh yeah, she was a groupie when she's 14 years old. She was a groupie to Smokey Robinson. And it's like, oh, well, coincidentally, that's the time that Michael Jackson was actually conceived in his life. Oh, but I'm just making this stuff up. It's clearly obvious what's actually going on here when you go back and look at the documents and the evidence that actually exist and stuff. It's clearly obvious that Michael Jackson was expressing his inner pains and putting it into his artwork. And the inner pain of what he was trying to express to everybody is that he was actually an abandoned child. That Diana Ross was actually his real mother, and Diana Ross had informed him when he moved to Motown and he's living in her house. She told him the truth. So Michael, from that time on, had to carry that burden his whole life. And then that's what you see. Look at how his life develops. He doesn't have relationships with women. He starts calling himself Peter Pan. He's living in the Neverland Ranch. There's something weird going on. Well, how does all that stuff take place? How does Michael develop that kind of personality trait when he was raised in the Jackson family? If Joseph Jackson and Catherine Jackson are the real parents, why does Michael Jackson have this infatuation with orphan children and this inner feeling of a personality connection to Peter Pan? How does all that fucking shit? Oh, just because he loves Disney. He loves Disney movies. Come on. You're talking about one of the greatest artists of all time, and you're just going to negate the actual things of what you see that he's actually having to go through in his life. You're just going to like dismiss it as, oh, well, he was just a Disney fan. Oh, well, he was a kid. He didn't get to go out and play. Yes, he got to go out and play. Michael Jackson had all these brothers. Think about a kid that's an only child, and the parent is super strict over that kid because it's their only kid. They don't want the kid to get hurt. So this is like that only children syndrome. They don't have any friends. The parents are just like super protective of them. Would you have rather been that kid or had the experience of Michael Jackson and taken a few beatings and stuff? Which life would you rather have? I mean, go ask anybody. Would you rather be an only child and your parents super protective of you, doesn't let you do anything, doesn't let you have any friends, doesn't let you sleep over anybody's house, doesn't let you do anything, okay? You could be that child, and that parent never beats you. They just are in control of you, okay? Would you rather be that child, or would you rather be Michael Jackson in the big family, and he's out there singing and dancing at nighttime, working in clubs, doing all this stuff, working his way, going to Motown? But during that process, he had to take a few beatings and stuff, right? But then he makes it to Motown, becomes a big star. They're the Jackson 5. They're out touring and stuff. Which life would you rather have? Anybody out there is going to say they'd rather be the Michael Jackson. So that negates the fact that Michael Jackson is saying that he didn't have a childhood. That negates that. So right there, he did have a childhood. Because you would much rather choose to be Michael Jackson as a child than some freaking only child who was stuck in the house all the time, who didn't have any friends, and his parents are being super protective of him. Which child would you rather be? You'd rather be the Michael Jackson. I'd take some beatings so I could get out of the house and go enjoy life and be in a band and go to Motown and become a star. Now I'm touring the world. Yeah, I think I'll take those beatings so I can go have that great life of what Michael Jackson had. So that negates Michael Jackson from complaining about his childhood to saying he had no childhood. But when you want an explanation for Michael Jackson saying he had no childhood, is that when Diana Ross tells him, when he thinks he's made this great achievement and made it to Motown, then Diana Ross tells him, oh, you're my child. Actually, you were abandoned as a child. Now you can see, oh, Michael tripping out, being like, wait, all that stuff of what I thought I was doing and Joe was being hard on us, that I wasn't even part of the family. I was given to this family. Joe was using me. And I was supposed to be raised by my real parents, Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson, but they just abandoned me. They just gave me away. Have you seen my childhood? That's what he's talking about. I mean, it's clearly obvious that he's documented his stuff in his artwork, but I can't find any real Michael Jackson fans. And it's like the two things that are existing. They're not real Michael Jackson fans, and the reality of who they are in their real life is just really stupid fucking loser people. It's like a perfect document of the person I'm talking about is Matt's FTR. He's not a real Michael Jackson fan, and he's so stupid as the actual human being of what he actually is that he can't understand. He can't deal with the reality when somebody's presenting him with real evidence and just saying, here, think about this. He's so weak because he's probably, like I said, he's probably one of those only children. He's probably one of those loser only children who was like totally protected by his parents, and he never got to go out and do anything. He never got to experience what the world is actually like. And so when you actually force him to actually and confront him to actually be an intellectual and have to think, he's the inner pains he's afraid to. He's, oh no, I don't want to go do that. No, I can't do that. No, mama said no,